Hi, welcome back. My name is Carson and this is my space where I chat about knitting. Today we are knitting and chatting, so settle in, grab a project or a drink or whatever the heck you want, and let's just get right into it. So hello, it has been a while. I took a little hiatus because if you don't know, I had a child. He is over there napping right now. He just made a little noise. I don't know if you heard that. So you might hear little baby noises, little grunts. He grunts a lot in his sleep. I think he poops a lot in his sleep. So yeah, he will be probably grunting throughout this entire video. So yeah, enjoy that. So as I was saying, yes, I had a whole child. He is here. He is with us. His name is Wilder Reed. He is amazing. What else can you say? What else can I say? He is so sweet, and we are just so happy to have him here with us. So yes, thank you for being patient if you're a returning viewer while I took a little break, because, you know, we had a baby. And yeah, life has been so different. I haven't done as much knitting, and I obviously haven't been making podcasts or videos, but I'm excited to get back today. I'm doing a little knit and chat. I thought it would be like the best way to just like roll into it, get more comfortable, get back into it. Fun fact, this is my second time filming this video. I filmed last week and I just did not love my energy, given I have no energy these days. So yeah, it was good practice, I'll say that. It was good practice. So we're back again, I'm back again, and yeah, we're just gonna knit and chat. Today I'll start off by saying this, I am wearing my Lumi, don't know how to say those words, you know I don't know how to pronounce stuff. The girl's from the country, she don't know words. I know how to write words, I don't know how to pronounce them. That is me. So yes, this is my Lum pullover by Sorry Nordland, and it is cold outside today. I haven't gone outside, but it is chilly, so I just put this on. I might keep it on, or I might take it off, depending on the amount of spit up and, you know, baby juices that, I don't know, I could foresee in the near future. But for right now, I'm wearing this bad boy, and it feels so good to put it back on. I haven't worn any of my sweaters this season because, you know, I was pregnant until pretty recently. Our little boy, Wilder, is almost 6 weeks old, which is crazy. It seems like I just had him yesterday. Oh, he made a sweet little noise. So yeah. Anyways, that was a long-winded intro as always, but I did ask for questions because I needed some help, you know, starting, jogging my brain. My brain is literally mush these days. We get zero sleep. Of course, you know, we have a newborn. He's still newborn. He's still figuring stuff out, you know. He's getting it. He's getting there. So I asked for questions and y'all came through, and it's just so nice to be able to sit down and talk to y'all today and like hang out virtually. So thanks for shooting questions my way. Of course, a lot of them are about the baby. So I'll start off with those first. And like I did get a lot of questions about like motherhood and the baby. Wilder, I guess I can say the name now, Wilder. And so I kind of like mushed them together. And I might not answer all of the questions today, especially depending on how he does. If he cries, if he needs me, then I will have to pause and, you know, take care of him. And yeah, so I might not get through all these today. I might save some for another knit and chat, but we will see how far we get. And while I answer these questions, I will be working on my husband's Montrealer. That's what it's called. Oh goodness. So I'll be working on my husband's Montrealer. This was supposed to be a Christmas present. Obviously it's still a whip. That is what it is. It is what it is. We are getting there. I honestly haven't knit on this a ton. I haven't knit in general. I've knit on smaller stuff just because it's easier to do with Wilder. It's easier to knit on smaller things, and this guy is huge. So yeah, we have this much done. I mean, a good amount. Still in the body, still just doing rounds and rounds of stockinette. So it'll be a perfect project to, you know, knit and chat with y'all with. It'll be a good project to knit and chat with y'all. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm tired. Obviously. So yeah, that's what I'll be knitting on today. And let's just get into it. So, question number 1, how is the baby? The baby's good. Wilder's good. He is here. He is so sweet, so little, so tiny. And yeah, we're in love. He has changed our lives for sure. Like, our lives look so different now. It's crazy. I couldn't have imagined it even if I was pregnant. Like, I had no idea what was in store. I had no idea what it would look like to have, a newborn in the house, to have an actual child to take care of. And, like, he is our child forever, That's crazy. So yeah, it's been so much fun. Obviously, it's been fun and it's been trying. Just adjusting to life as a newborn. But I feel like we're kind of sort of in a routine now. Now that he's 6 weeks old, kind of. I mean, he still, sleeps very little in the night. He has his days and nights confused. I'm certain he does. So we're working on that. But other than that, he's good. He's good. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. He's really cute, y'all. Yeah, he's doing good. He loves sleeping during the day. He loves his long naps. We're trying to fix that to where he'll sleep at night. He makes the cutest sounds. Like I said, he grunts a lot in his sleep. You'll hear some grunting too. He loves to eat. He is constantly eating all the time. He acts like a little drunk person whenever he eats, which is hilarious. He started smiling. He doesn't play really, but he loves to look at faces and the ceiling fan. He's obsessed with the ceiling fan. Don't know why. But yeah, he's doing real good. And we're excited to have him here with us. Like I said, we're excited. It's crazy that he'll be a part of our lives forever from now on. It's crazy to think that he wasn't here, like, over a month ago. That's wild. Yeah. Anyways, our lives have changed, but it has been so, so good. And yeah, we're just, I don't know. We're in a newborn, we're in newborn land, I guess you could say. We're just soaking it in still. And it is crazy how much he grows every day and how much he wakes up. Because obviously whenever he was first born, all he did was sleep really and, poop, eat, which he still does now. Still does all that stuff. But every day he, wakes up a little bit more and we see a little bit more of his personality. He's been smiling. He's laughed a little bit. And, yeah, he is a champion at tummy time. He can hold that head up real good. He is very strong. But, yeah. Anyways, he's doing good. I could ramble on all day about all the cute little stuff he does. But, yeah, and we're excited. Some of our family has met him so far. Like, our parents, his grandparents. It's just crazy that my parents are now grandparents and Logan's parents. Wow, and our siblings are uncles, and their significant others are aunts. That's crazy. So they've met him, but next week, or this weekend, I can't keep track of days anymore. We are going to go see our family back home. Like, we're traveling for the first time, which I'm so excited about. He is such a good car rider. Or traveler. He loves riding in the car seat. At least he goes straight to sleep. So I think he'll be really good on the road trip down there. And he'll get to meet everyone, which will be exciting. I can't tell if he's gonna explode. No. We're asleep. He's asleep. He's a very active sleeper. So yeah, he'll get to meet everyone, so that'll be so fun. And it's just been so cool to see, to see everyone excited about him and our family. Like, my parents have traveled here multiple times to come see him and to help me sleep a little bit. It's just been so nice having help and having family here and just seeing them interact with him. It's just been so much fun. So much fun, and I'm so grateful that I have time off to spend with him during these first few months of his life. And it's going by so fast. I know I work from home, but I think I'm gonna cry whenever I have to go back to work because, I just love spending my time with him, all day, all my attention on him. Yeah. Days are fun. Mornings are the best. Nights, I kind of dread. Not gonna lie, but I'll get into that later. So next question is, how is motherhood going? I feel like I kind of sort of answered it in the last little bit, but it's going good. It's definitely been a whirlwind, a journey. There's been, it's been crazy how natural it came to me, I guess. Because I was someone who, like, did not do very well with babies and newborns, like back before I had one myself. I wasn't very good with kids, I'll say that. I mean, toddlers, yes. But if someone asked me to, like, babysit a tiny baby, I wouldn't know what to do, But now I'm, like, an expert at everything. It's crazy because it just, like, happened. Given in the hospital, I did not want to leave because everyone was just, all the nurses were so nice and they were so caring, and they showed us how to care for him. So they let me video them swaddling him and stuff. So it definitely took, like, a bit of time to get to where I am now, but now I'm, like, master swaddler, master diaper changer. And in the hospital, whenever we changed him for the first time, not his diaper but his clothes, I was so gentle because I felt like I was going to break him, and it took probably 10 minutes for me to change him into a onesie, just a zip up onesie. And I mean, now I change him 3-4 times, well, not that much, but like 2 or 3 times a day in like seconds, maybe a minute, not seconds. But yeah, it's crazy how much I've picked up. So yeah, that is wild to look back at, because like I was not someone who was good with kids before. And also, like, I didn't really know how to talk or interact with babies because they don't talk back to you. Toddlers do. Toddlers are funny. You talk to them and talk back to you, but like babies and newborns, you talk to them and they're just like, they just kind of stare. And so, but it came naturally, we talked to him. We just soak up all of his little stuff. Yeah. Anyways, motherhood is going good. There's definitely, like I said, it's been a journey. There's some ups and downs. Like, nighttime I truly dread right now just because he wakes up so often to eat, and then by the time I put him back down, it's time for him to eat again. So I literally get like maybe an hour of sleep in between his feedings, which is what's the word? I don't know what I'm trying to say. The no sleep kind of adds up. Although I will say I've gotten better at functioning off of no sleep. Like, today I'm feeling good, even though last night was not a great night. But like today, it's good. And yeah, we're still finding our footing with that. And yeah, the night times I struggle with for sure. Especially at first, 100%, I'm sure every new mom has done this, but like I screamed with the pillow out of frustration, just to like cope with no sleep and the constant cycle of like, it is a constant cycle. Every time he feeds in the night, it's like wake up, feed, burp, possibly change before that, calm him down to go back to sleep. It's just like a whole marathon that I honestly didn't think about. I didn't know anything about newborns before I actually had one, mind you. And so everything's so new to me, and it's just crazy. It's crazy that I just think it's wild that so many moms out there and dads function off of no sleep, and like so many people do it. And like I'm doing it right now, but yeah, no sleep is crazy. Crazy. But we're doing better. I have high hopes for the future. We're gonna start practicing better sleep habits. And we're gonna see where that takes us. But anyways, so that's how motherhood's going. It's good. It's definitely a journey. Ups, downs. Mostly ups though. Mostly ups. So yeah, it's been fun. It's been a wild ride so far. Anything unexpected? Just everything with a newborn. I did not know. Like I said, I came into this with no knowledge. I was, not that I didn't think about it. Like, I was super ready to have a child, but I just had no knowledge. I've been taking it as it comes, and so yeah, pretty much everything's unexpected. Like the sleep situation, which people always say you don't get any sleep, but how long it takes to put him back to sleep. I'm trying to think. And honestly, how quick I picked up on, just like I said, things that I would have never known how to do, like swaddling and diaper changes, like all that came really fast. That was unexpected to me. I thought it would definitely take me a little bit more time. I'm trying to think, anything else unexpected? I truly expected him to be dirtier. Like have a lot more spit up and liquids. And he does. Maybe maybe I handle it better than I would have imagined. Before I would be really grossed out with the thought of like, you know, poopy diaper and spit up, but now all that stuff happens and it's not as bad as I imagined it would be, and like I don't care. I deal with it. I like, you know, deal with it, and it's like fine. I don't even think about it, you know? Like these liquids, these baby, just normal baby things, spit up, dirty diapers, they're like normal to me now. And if a baby would have like spit up on me before I had him, I would have been like, ew, you know? But now it's like, oh, it's just spit up, wipe it off, you know, it's fine. He spit up on my brother the other day, which was hilarious, and he had the reaction I would have had before I had him. He freaked out, and then he like pooted while he was holding him, and he had to like give him away. He was like, oh my gosh, someone else take him. That would have been me before I had him, for sure. But now it's like so normal. So that's unexpected. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I don't know, I'm sure there's other stuff that I just can't think of right now because my brain is tired. Favorite thing or moment with Wilder? Just all the little stuff he does. My favorite moment, I mean, definitely whenever he was born was a huge experience, and I'll get into that in a minute. I'm trying to think. Just like seeing him do things for the first time, like the other day, I told Logan, I said, you know, he smiles, but he doesn't really laugh. And then literally 10 minutes later, he laughed, and I was like, weird, but cool. And like that was super cool and fun. Yeah, I love the way he eats. I don't know, he eats like a drunk person. He just looks like a little drunk person whenever he eats, and it's hilarious to me. And maybe it shouldn't be, especially if he gets like frustrated whenever he eats. He's like, I can't explain it. If you might know what I'm talking about, but he's just like, it's like a little chicken pecking, trying to get food. He is hilarious, and it's so funny. I love that, even though maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should feel bad that he's frustrated, but he does it even whenever he's not frustrated. It's just really, really funny. He does a lot of stuff that is just etched in my brain. But like favorite moment? I don't know. There's a lot. It was fun for everyone to meet him for the first time. And thankfully I had a good birth experience. So like those moments in the hospital, those are good moments too for me. Good memories. So yeah, but yeah, he reminds me, just in general, he reminds me of a drunk person, like a little tiny drunk person. Just the day whenever he got done eating, he was like eating, and then he just came off real quick, and then he goes, and he just went to sleep. So cute. I was like, you were acting like you're drunk. I guess that's what milk drunk means. And then also right before I put him down, he has this deer pacifier that's like a passy and then a deer on the end of it that he can hold on to. And that's another thing he's recently been doing. He's been grabbing my hair. He's realized he has hands now and he grabs everything. That's new. And he was holding on to this little deer and sucking on his pacifier, but he fell asleep. And so it was like halfway out of his mouth. And it was just so cute. He was dead asleep and he was like holding onto the deer and it was like halfway out. I can't explain. It was so cute. So yeah, honestly, every little moment like that is my favorite memory. And I take so many videos and photos of him. That's all that's on my phone now. And Logan makes fun of me because I'm just like, I'm a basic mom now. I have all these photos of my child on my phone and it's the best. It's the best. Okay, so someone did ask me about my birth story, and since I kind of mentioned it, I will briefly talk about it. So, I had a really good birth experience, thank goodness. Yeah, I don't even know where to start. So if you watched my last video, I was in a space of just like anxiously waiting. I was going through something called prodromal labor. Can't say that word either. Don't know. And apparently, even some of y'all commented, and I saw this online too, but I didn't want to get my hopes up beforehand, but apparently some people who have that have a very, very fast active labor whenever, it actually happens. And oh my gosh, it was so freaking fast, y'all. It was so fast, and I will say, going into it, my intentions were to have an unmedicated, natural hospital birth, and what's funny is that, which of course I was open to epidural, that was caveat, I was like, if it's gonna, enhance my experience in the moment, then I'm open to it. I wasn't like dead set on anything, but I did train myself. I spent a lot of hard work during pregnancy to train myself to, number one, not be so anxious about giving birth, because like I was very anxious about that. If any of y'all out there are pregnant, y'all are anxious about it. I read Ina May's Guide to Childbirth, or I listened to a bit of it, and the first part is just women's stories collectively about like their birth experience, and I think most of them wanted unmedicated, and some of them went through with it, and it just talks about every single scenario. Like some people had a really good birth, some people had a long one, some people had to go get a C-section, but just hearing like their stories, it really helped me. And of course, Ina May kind of gives her spin on it too. There was just lots of that book really helped me. That's all I'll say. So if you're in a similar situation, I was just checking that book out because it helped me a lot. And I really prepped myself. I prepped my body. I was doing lots of yoga and squats and stretches, yoga ball moves, because I really did want to try to do an unmedicated natural birth. And all my family told me, they called it my hippy dippy methods, because I guess why I was so anxious about it beforehand is that if you think about it, at least in my mind, whenever I thought about birth, it just automatically, I thought of like a traumatic experience, because I feel like, yes, some people do have traumatic births, but also movies make it out to be very traumatic. At least for me, that's how I interpret it. And so I had to do a lot of mental work to get over that and to have things in my toolbox, for any situation. And even if I had to get like a C-section or something, I think what I practiced, like breathing techniques and like stuff like that, would have helped me too. So anyways, all that to say, I did a lot of mental prep, a lot of physical prep before, just to help me. To help me cope, to help me feel prepared, to help me feel like I was doing something. And whenever I told people, because people did ask me throughout my pregnancy, they asked what I wanted to do, and I told them that I wanted to do unmedicated, and they told me I was crazy. For the most part, there were a few people who like really encouraged me, but for the most part, they were like, you can try, but you're gonna need the drugs. And I don't judge anyone for getting drugs. Like, if it would have enhanced my experience, I would have totally gotten them. Like, but it did irk me that very few people encouraged me. Some people did, but a lot of people didn't. So I'm such a stubborn person. I think a part of the reason why I went through with unmedicated was, one, it was so fast. I don't know if there would have been time to get any drugs. And number two, I was so stubborn because most people told me I couldn't do it. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna freaking do it. And I did it. And honestly, in my mind, it was a great experience. I could not have asked for a better one. Obviously, there were things that I wanted and didn't happen like in the moment, which is fine. I was truly in labor land. Like I was just like, my mind, I couldn't communicate really. I was just in my own space, which is wild. And they say that happens, and it truly does. Like, you were in your own mental space. And yeah, everything went so smooth, and it happened so fast, y'all, that my family didn't believe us. Even Logan's family didn't believe us whenever we told them. Well, maybe they did. My family, I know for sure, my family did not believe us whenever Logan told us that he was here, because they had to travel to come see him. So whenever we got admitted, Logan called everyone, or he texted everyone and called. And once we got admitted, it happened within 10-15 minutes. He was born, which is crazy. And so, we got admitted. Logan went outside to call everyone, or to communicate that, he was coming. And meanwhile, it's almost time to go. He's going out to the truck to get something for me that I asked him for, but I didn't realize it was almost time to like do it. And the nurses are like, where's your husband? It's go time. Where is he? And I was like, oh crap, I don't know. He's in the car, or he's in the truck. And so he's calling everyone at this time. He comes back in, and we're like pushing, we're ready to go. We're having this freaking baby. And so anyways, he doesn't miss it. He sees it from afar, because that's another situation. He had to go stand in the corner for a while because he was gonna pass out. Anyways, funny. And my mom calls him to ask him how it's going, because obviously first time moms like usually have millions of hours of labor, and he was like, oh, he's here already. And my mom truly did not believe him, and so he sent her a picture of him like fresh out whenever they were weighing him and stuff. And it's hilarious because he did not look like our child at all. We were told he was going to be really small from like an ultrasound, which I guess technically he kind of sort of was. He was more average though than we would have thought. Like we thought he was going to be maybe 6 pounds, maybe 6 pounds. So we had some preemie clothes just in case he was like really small. And this boy came out 7-pound chunker. He had the chunkiest cheeks, the biggest lips, and no one in my family or Logan, well, Logan doesn't have big lips. So it was just so funny to see him be like, whose child is this? This is not our child. Which, given, of course, he was beautiful, you know, he felt like ours, but seeing him whenever he first came out, it was like, whose baby is this? And so my family truly did not think, they thought Logan was joking. Even with the picture, they thought he got that picture online of just some random baby and sent it to them, and they did not believe us until they got there and saw that we had him. So it was a really funny experience. And I have never been in a hospital. I've never had to stay in a hospital before, given I know that like giving birth is different than going to the hospital for like a surgery or some, you know, emergency. So I don't know, it was just a really good experience for me because all the nurses were so nice and so kind. Like I said, they let me like take videos of them, you know, caring for him. They showed us just how to care for him in general, like stuff that we wouldn't have known how to do just off the top of our heads. And yeah, it was a really good experience. I really enjoyed it looking back on it, and I'm so surprised I did, because if you would have asked me a few years ago if I would have been like excited to give birth or if I would have liked it, I probably would have freaked out and been like, no, you know, it's painful, it's traumatic, but like I had a great experience, y'all. So thankful, especially because I know a lot of people who do have not so great experiences. So all that to say, if you're preggo, if you're worried, if you want to like prepare yourself or like feel like you're doing something, I highly suggest reading that book. And yeah, I was on the yoga ball, doing all sorts of moves throughout my entire pregnancy. I don't know if that helped. Oh, I ate the dates. I drank the tea. Yeah, everything was smooth, so. Oh, I was gonna say, so on my last video, like I said, anxiously waiting, some of y'all commented some methods to like naturally induce labor, and so I think it was like 2 or 3 days after I posted that video, I was like, I'm done. We're doing all the inducing things. So someone recommended some dances, or dancing, and they recommended a specific YouTuber. I can't remember who it was, but I put some of those dances on and I danced, and Logan danced with me, and we danced for a while, and it was kind of hard. And then I ate some spicy foods. We ate, I don't even know what he cooked. I feel like we did something else too. I don't know, but we did a few of the things that y'all recommended. We mix matched them, and I went into labor that night, y'all. So there you go. Thank you to all of you who commented some of your own methods. Yeah. Anyways, that was a long story. Birth went good. The birth story was good. That's all I'll say about that, because I've already said everything else. Okay. Baby in knits. Has he worn any? Yes. The most practical thing I will say that I've knitted him, are his hats, y'all. His hats. And again, some of y'all told me that during all my videos. Y'all would comment and be like, oh, just knit some hats, you'll be fine, don't worry about all the other stuff. And yeah, so true. He's been wearing his hats like crazy. He wore his Ollie's bear hat home from the hospital because, funny enough, I guess maybe he has a small head. A lot of his newborn hats, like store-bought ones, did not fit him, and the Ollie's bear hat one did. And so he wore that one home from the hospital, and he looks so cute in it. It's by Hannah G Knits, and anything I mention, I don't know if I'll put it up here, but I will link it in the description below. And so he looked really cute in that, and after we got home, there was a freeze that hit Texas. It was 17 degrees. It was crazy, and I wanted to knit him a different hat. And so while I was breastfeeding, I mastered what I'm calling knit feeding, and I knit him a 2x2 ribbed hat, just kind of improvised it. And so he's worn that a ton. And he has worn his Friday sweater baby tee to a birthday party last week. And it was so cute on him. It's still a little bit too big, and that's a theme with most of his clothes. They are a little bit too big still, his knits. But that was really cute, seeing him in that. So I'm excited to put him on all the other stuff. But I have knit him a couple of rompers, and I'm just curious about how practical those will be whenever I put him in them, because they're knit. I don't know. So verdict's out in the rompers. Haven't put him in those yet. But I, going forward, would love to knit him more hats and more sweaters, because sweaters are so easy to pop on. The Friday sweater baby, its name's so weird. The Friday sweater baby, I think that's what it's called, by Petite Knit. The neck fits over his head perfectly. There's no issues with that. It's not a struggle to put it on him. You know, he wears pants with it, so that's easy to change him. I don't know. I would just knit more sweaters in the future. That's my take on it. And I do want to make a video of everything I've knit him once he's worn more of it, and then I can kind of tell you all the pros and cons of each, or like what he's worn the most. He hasn't worn the socks yet, the newborn socks, the very first thing I made him. They're too big as well. So, but we'll get there. And I'm excited to share more whenever he does wear his knits, because it's so cute to see him in stuff, you know, I made. It's really cute. Alrighty, on to the next question. How has knitting changed for the tiny human? It has changed a lot. I don't knit as much as I used to. At least I didn't. I feel like these past few days I have knitting more. I mentioned this a minute ago, but knit feeding. I mastered knit feeding, which is what I'm calling whenever I breastfeed him and knit at the same time. Because that's another thing I did not expect. Going back to a few questions ago, breastfeeding is a whirlwind as well, and you do it or at least I've been doing it for hours and hours and hours a day. Like, I did not realize how much he eats. He eats a lot, and he's been cluster feeding too, so sometimes he'll literally eat for hours on end, and I'm just kind of like stuck there. So it's so nice to have a project close by and a little one. I don't really knit feed with this one because I don't really knit feed with this one just because it's so big and bulky, but I have been knitting on socks, and I casted on a shirt yesterday, and I'm already like joined for the body, and that's just like from knit feeding. I don't know if that's like a term that's already out there, but that's what I'm calling it, knit feeding. And someone also asked me about tips for knit feeding to try it, and I don't have any major tips. I just kind of did it. I mean, make sure they're like head supported. I wait a few minutes to make sure he's like going good before I start doing it. I don't like jostle around that much. I pretty much, you know, just keep it still. And I will say I do like having projects around the house where I feed him. I mostly feed him in our living room, so I have a few projects in like hand's reach, and sometimes I feed him in our room when people are over. So I will like bring projects in here occasionally. But yeah, just have stuff close by that you can just grab real quick. And that's my tip for you. But yeah, knitting's changed a lot. I've been knit feeding. That's mostly whenever I knit, or like right now I'll knit on bigger stuff whenever he's sleeping, taking naps. And yeah, at first I definitely feel like I had an aversion to knitting, almost like I did whenever I was pregnant, or first pregnant. I just didn't want to knit. I really just wanted to soak up all of him, which I still do. But honestly, after a while, after like doing nothing and just like focusing on him, you know, even whenever he fed, after we got in a routine, I wasn't bored, but I was like, okay, I need something to do now. It's time to graduate. We can like love on him and do stuff at the same time. So yeah, the knit feeding, and yeah, it's changed a lot. It's changed a lot. I feel like I've been more intentional with my knitting too. Like, I've started a couple of projects, and then I realized that they weren't really practical, or I wasn't loving them, so I ripped them out, and I didn't have any issues. Usually I'm like torn to rip stuff out, especially if I work on them for a long time. But I was like, you know what, it's okay to go slow. It's okay to like tear something out if you don't like it. So I did that. That surprised me. Okay. Someone asked, are warmer temps inspiring me to look for spring patterns? So funny enough, whenever I filmed this last week, I was aloof. I was like, yeah, I've been looking, but like haven't done anything yet, and I don't have anything nailed down. Let me tell y'all, between then and now, I have made a plan. I mean, given, I don't know, you know me and planning. Like my fall plans video, I literally did none of those things, none of them. But I have written down a plan because I have some yarn in stash that I got last year before I got pregnant that I was intending to make stuff with. And then I got pregnant, my body changed, and I was like, I don't really want to make anything with this right now. And it's more summer yarn. So let me just look at my plans. So I have some, it's not called white, but it's kind of like beige, knitting for all merino. And I want to knit, what is that called? The Rib Lace Raglan by James and Watts. And I started it the other day and I messed up, so I frogged it. I didn't get very far though. But yeah, that's on my mind right now. I have some ochre. I think it's called dark ochre, knitting for Olive Cotton Merino. And I want to knit one of my favorite things knitwear tanks. She has so many numbers. I don't even know what numbers, but one of them. I want to knit one of them. Just because they look so, like, such a good basic piece. I know there's issues with sizing. I don't know. I need to look and see. But that's a plan. Okay, and then I did get an acquisition yesterday. I went to the yarn store. No, 2 days ago I went to the yarn store. And I got some Barocco Medina, I believe it's called. It's like this. It's not really self-strapping, but it kind of reminds me of Spin Cycle in a way. Kind of. It kind of reminds me of Spin Cycle, where it's marled and it also changes colors, because I wanted to knit the Sun Gazer tee by James and Watts, and I really liked the look of people's whenever they did it in that cool like self gradient striping yarn. So I got some Medina, but then I realized that the colors, I wish the gradients were bigger, because it's a modular knitting and you knit like, I think you pick up, I don't know, I haven't bought the pattern yet. I don't know, it seems like you pick up and knit all these different pieces, and so I wanted the pieces to be very defined and be different colors, different like color gradients, but I just don't think the yarn, the color, the way it merges colors is like really quick, so I think it would have all looked the same. So I cast it on instead with that yarn, and I'm not sure how I'm loving it right now, but it's my main project. This should be my main project, but I knit on it all day yesterday and today. And it is the square tee. My dogs are outside the door, I can hear them. It is called the square tee. And I'll put who it's by, I'll put everything in the description. But it's just a really simple DK weight t-shirt, and I love the neckline. That's why I wanted it. I wanted something simple, and I thought with this self-strapping yarn it could like be more fun since it's a simple knit. My dogs are just waiting outside my door. I have no idea what they're doing. So yes, I'm knitting on that, and I don't know how much I love the yarn. I thought it would be more neutral just looking at it, and it took me a long time to pick it out. And I've always looked at that yarn and I never got it. And I've always wanted to knit with it. Like I thought about knitting the June top with it last year, but I didn't get any. And so I got some, but I don't know if I actually like how it's knitting up. I told myself I'm gonna stop second guessing myself, because I've already ripped out so many projects, and I should just do it and see how I like the pattern, how I like the yarn. I'm sure I'll wear it. We'll see, and it could surprise me. I'm sure I'll show it on my next podcast if I haven't ripped it out, but I'll show the yarns, you know. Anyways. Yeah, so I'm knitting on that. And then I have a few other plans, y'all. Oops. Okay, and then I love the look of the Moby sweater by Petite Knit, but then I saw that she had a baby version, and I was like, okay, he needs that, Wilder needs that. And so I had a skein left of Barocco Renew. I think I made his baby bear bonnet out of that, and so I decided, you know what, I bet I can make the Moby sweater with that. And so I got 2 more skeins at the yarn shop, just in like a cream color, so I'm gonna knit that for him. And I'm gonna knit a slightly bigger size because it seems like a complicated project, and looking at it now, I'm not sure how much I'll be able to do. It'll probably be like a nap time project because it takes, I haven't done cables that much, so I feel like it'll take a bit of time to like learn the techniques and stuff. So I'm gonna knit a slightly larger size just so he doesn't size out by the time that I finish it. So that's on my mind. I have the yellow silk, Barocco, or Barocco. I don't know how to say that word either. What is it called? Barocco Mantra. It's yellow silk, which is 100% silk. It's DK, and I have a few different options. I either want to knit the camisole number or something. But my favorite things knitwear, one of those as well. It's an option. The one that I think it's broken rib, and then also I could knit another square neck tee if I like the way this one turns out, or I can knit another Summer Secret Crop by Jessie May. I already have that pattern. Or I can knit a ballerina top. Gosh, I can't remember names, but that one's a free pattern. So I have lots of options for that one. And then this is one I'm really excited about. I already bought the pattern, and I bought some yellow merino, I want to say. I just looked it up because I was trying to find the colorway. It's not Macintosh. I'm gonna try to go to the depths of my brain to figure out and remember. Malabrigo. That worked. It's Malabrigo sock yarn. It's 100%. It's not DK. I don't know if I said that. It's fingering. It's sock yarn. 100% merino. And I think it's in the color ochre. It's like this yellowy color. It's kind of dark. And I've had that for over a year. I bought that last year on this time in Houston whenever we went to the horse races. It's a fun memory. But yeah, so I've had that yarn for over a year, and I have 2 skeins, and so I want to make the Luna tee. I saw Emily Curtis's version that she made. She has a podcast, Gently Chaotic Knits, and I loved it on her, and I really want to make that for myself, and I have that yarn in stash, so why not? So yeah, I have a lot of plans. I mean, I think I'll for sure knit the Luna tee. I wanted to cast it on like today, but I realized I don't know how to do a 2x2 tubular cast on. I've never done a tubular cast on before. I think I've tried to before, and I think I gave up. So it's gonna take me a tiny bit of time to cast that on and probably watch some videos and learn how to do it. But once I do that, it's just a raglan broken rib. It'll take a while, I'm sure, because it's fingering weight, but yeah, that's my plan for that bad boy. Wow, I have a lot of plans. And a lot of garments. I feel like I haven't made tops in a long time just because I was pregnant for so long, and I don't know, but I'm excited about it now, I guess. I'm excited about spring, summer. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Okay, favorite thing to knit: socks. That's my answer. Y'all know I love socks at this moment. I'm knitting on some Magic Toadstool socks right now, which I'm really enjoying. That's what I've been knitting on mostly while he feeds, and I even did color work while he fed, which I was surprised about, and it was just so delightful, so fun. So yeah, socks are right now my favorite thing to knit, especially because they're like all season long situation, you know, like at least for me, because I like to wear socks inside the house all the time, all year round. So yeah, I like me some socks. Favorite yarn. Going off of socks, I bought, you might recall if you're returning, I had a ton of Cascade Heritage sock yarn that I bought, and I've started using it finally for the Toadstool socks, and it is so soft and so squishy, and I'm really enjoying working with it. So at the moment, that's my favorite yarn, but of course it changes. I knit with a lot of Barocco, because that's what my local yarn store carries, so like exclusively that brand. They have some other stuff, like a few other things, but mostly Barocco. So I love Barocco vintage. And I'm really liking what I'm knitting with. The Renew, I'm liking that. I really like the Remix. I think for the Sungazer tee, I might want to instead get some Barocco Remix, like different colors, and knit it with that instead. Yeah. And then, let's see. I have a couple more questions, and then I'll wrap this baby up. Anything new I want to knit? All the things I just listed. All those things. New patterns though, like things releasing. I spotted the Hibernal socks. I think that's how you say that word. Hibernal, I don't know. By Summerly Knits. They're like these, I think it's faux cables. And they look so nice and so cozy, and they look like the perfect winter sock, and I have tons of sock yarn. Oh my gosh, y'all. I don't know how I accumulated so much sock yarn. I realized I bought a ton of sock yarn way back when, thinking I would make it into a baby knit, and I never did. So I just have a lot of sock yarn. And I got some for Christmas too, so I think one day I want to do a like sock stash video to where I show y'all all my sock yarn, and then also y'all can maybe help me figure out patterns to use them for. I have not lots, I have some variegated skeins I just don't know what to do with because I don't know what would be the best pattern for it. So maybe we can like plan together, or I'll like spit out some tentative plans. Yeah, that could be fun. Oh, he made a little noise again. So yeah, I have a ton of sock yarn. Hibernal sock, that's where I was going with that. I want to knit those one day. I think I have the pattern already. I've been in like a pattern buying frenzy, which is probably not good. Almost like a cast on frenzy, but a pattern buying frenzy. I don't know, I have some stuff to keep me busy, for sure. Oh, he's making the cutest noises. Okay, last one. Favorite place, or last one I'm gonna do today. Favorite place to sit and knit. I only, at the moment, I pretty much only sit and knit in the living room on the couch, because that's where I am 90% of the time. So that's probably my favorite, just because it's, you know, the one place I actually knit. I have dreams, I don't know if y'all do this, but sometimes I wake up and I'm like, today I'm gonna go to like a coffee shop and just sit and knit and drink coffee, and that never happens. I want to try it though one day soon with him, because I've actually just, oh no, what happened? Oh gosh. Anyways, excuse me while I figure out this situation. But what I was saying is I finally have started getting out with him. Like for a while we just kind of hunkered down at our house. Just, you know, he still is pretty small, but he was really small. He was a newborn. It's like 6 season here. Everyone's sick. RSV's floating around, the flu, COVID, everything's going around. So we just kind of hunkered down. But now we're starting to get out more since he's gotten older, and it's been so much fun. I know how to use the car seat, I know how to like strap in the base, and I know how to use the stroller. Like all these things I had no idea what to do with. I know how to do them now, and we took our first solo trip together to, I hang out with a mom group here where I live, which is so much fun. I was so grateful for them. And it's crazy because I used to go whenever I was pregnant and everyone else had kids, and now I have a child now. And so it's just so much fun. We went and ate with them one morning for breakfast, and it was just so fun to like get dressed up and get him dressed up and get his diaper bag together and take him out and go drive, and it was just so much fun. And then afterward we went to Target actually, and I've never felt like more of just like a white mom. Going to Target after eating breakfast with her mom friends, it was just funny, because I always see, you know, people in Target with their babies. And so yeah, that was fun. We went to Target. And what was I saying? One day I would love to actually go to a coffee shop, get some coffee, even if it was just me and him, me and Wilder, because he just sleeps really whenever he's in his car seat or in the stroller. That'd be fun, and just go knit at a coffee shop. That would be great. So maybe I'll do that. I think my all-time favorite, just thinking about everywhere I've ever sat in it or sit in it, I used to do craft days with my friend Eva back in Washington, and we would do anything. Sometimes I would bring knitting, sometimes I would bring embroidery stuff and she would cross stitch, and we would go to parks and sit and craft and, you know, bring a blanket, and it was so much fun. So much fun. So that was peaceful. That was a good time. That was probably my all-time favorite. But talking about right now in my life, my couch. my blue jean couch, my couch. So yes. Oh gosh. My sit and knit has turned into a sit and unravel situation. But yeah, those are all the questions. Maybe since I have this going on, I will pause or stop. But yeah, thanks for hanging around. It was really fun to like sit down and chat with y'all. Definitely better energy for me than the last video. The last video I said a million times, which I could have said that here, but I feel like I was just struggling to think, which I still am, let's be honest, but struggling to like form words, and it was just a lot the other day. I don't know why. It must have been like a rough night or something, but we're energetic today, at least for now. I haven't even had coffee, y'all. I should go get some coffee. Yeah, anyways, thanks for sitting and chatting and joining us. I say us because I'm literally looking at Wilder. You can't see him, but he's over here. He's with us too. just off camera. And I hope you had a great New Year. It's New Year, y'all. It's crazy. 2023. It sounds so futuristic.